The pristine views and secluded beauty of this path have an almost somber stillness. It's as if the trail knows the incredible weight of what happened here long ago and the reverence that it deserves. This is the Pulaski Trail, named for Ed Pulaski, the man who would risk his life to save his men from certain death.
He was not your typical forest ranger at the time. Ed was in his 35 or 40 midlife. He knew the trails, he knew the forest like the back of his hand because he had worked for the mining companies and then he worked for building trails.
This experience would prove life-saving. When the fire of 1910 hit the area, many described it like the end of the world.
And it was a firestorm, it was hurricane force winds. A lot of the damage was it blew the trees down, trees were exploding, smoke went all the way back east to New York. And in those days, they were fighting fires with blankets and shovels and rakes and axes. That's all they had.
Ed Pulaski was in the town of Wallace when his crew of 45 men became trapped on the mountain by the raging fire.
When he left town, he left his wife and his child here to face the fire on their own because he felt responsibility for his firefighters. He left town the day before. On his way up there, it started getting so bad, he was bringing along some packers and mules with equipment to take up to the firefighters, and the packers quit halfway up the hill and decided they're not going. And Ed continued on. He lost a lot of material doing that. Once he got up there, he had to organize and get those people together and then lead them down. He could have left on his own. You got to remember, these firefighters were people out of jail. They were migrants, immigrants who spoke different languages. They had no idea where they were. They had no way to get out of there. He saved their lives.
Ed knew of a mine shaft and led the men to it, taking cover as the fire literally burned over them.
He held them at gunpoint to keep them in that mine, and he basically saved their lives by doing that. There were about 5 or 6 different points along the way that defined him, I think, as a hero.
In 2002, the Pulaski Project was formed to save the tunnel and maintain the trail. Informational markers are placed along the way to tell the story and allow visitors to better understand the sacrifices Pulaski made for his crew and the continuing efforts of firefighters today.
I'm hoping that they take away an experience of the history, where the Forest Service really learned their true calling, I guess, and appreciate what the modern firefighter is doing for them.